It's been so many years. I feel like I could cry right now. Oh my God, the Dallas Cowboys finally made a move in a trade for George Pickens, the wide receiver from the Pittsburgh Steelers, with all of that talent to pair up with CeeDee Lamb. Y'all don't know how to feel, okay? And listen, before you detractors, because there's some haters out there, okay? It's some Pittsburgh fans that don't like this, but they not liking it because he came to Dallas. They like, well, if you could get him to act right, if you could get, we ain't worried about that, man. We handle these situations perfectly here in Dallas, man. It's a great place to live. So these guys really just come and they chill out and they have a good time. We got no state tax. It's a beautiful state. You playing for America's team, the star on side of your helmet. And when you ball here, it's like ball is unlike anywhere else. That's the truth. Okay. Now that I got that off my chest and I address the haters, let me tell y'all what this means to me. I don't know if y'all been watching me on ESPN for a long time or you just tuned in and learned about Swagu. I've been crying for a move like this to be made by the Dallas Cowboys for years now. A supremely talented player to come along in this franchise and organization and help them win. And not only did they get a dude that has the talent to be a number one wide receiver, crazy ability, they also paired him with a top five wide receiver in the NFL that we already have named CeeDee Lamb. My God. I cried all last season for Derrick Henry. I cried for some wide receiver help. Was it gonna be DeAndre Hopkins? Was it gonna be Deebo Samuel? Was it gonna be we got George Pickens? I don't know what you're doing, football guys, but thank you for talking to Jerry and this staff. Now let me get to my I'm past my emotion. Now let me get to the real thing about this because one new head coach Brian Schottenheimer said that he wanted to have an offense where you have multiplicity, motion, moving. But in order to do that, you got to have ball players, man. You got to have dudes that can win on the outside. You added somebody that can take pressure off of CeeDee Lamb. You added somebody that can take pressure off of Dak Prescott. You added somebody that takes pressure off your run game. See what I'm getting at? It's not just about getting a good receiver, it's about getting a piece to your offense that can open up other areas of your offense. And I believe George Pickens can do that. And I'm going to give y'all a little nugget too. This will be the best quarterback that he's ever played with. It's perfect. I don't know what got into him, but whatever got into him, I hope there's more. I don't know what got into Dallas. And I think we only gave up a third round draft pick. Listen, third round draft picks are very valuable. Usually a lot of them dudes in that round turn out to be very good. A lot of them dudes in that round don't have George Pickens talent. Now I get it, and I know what you're saying. Swag, I'm gonna wait and see. I'm gonna wait and see if he can stay on the field and not gonna get in trouble. Man, listen, man. Man, I done told y'all, we manage all that here in Dallas. This is wide receiver heaven over here. It's the truth. Now, there's questions about, what about signing them long term? We ain't worried about that either. I'm not going to water this moment down, worrying about if we could sign him long term. I don't give a damn. We'll figure it out. I'll loan them some money. I'll loan Dallas some money. He come do his thing. They're going to pick up his option. He come do his thing. Yeah, what it is. We could legitimately have a Chase T. Higgins situation in Dallas. So I'm not going to rain on no parade talking about 2 years from now. I don't care. I do not care. We made a move to get significantly better at a position that has been starving to get better for a number of years. George Pickens is a Dallas Cowboy. George Pickens can play. George Pickens is going to be lined up outside of CeeDee Lamb. Dak Prescott going to look out there and he going to see both of them dudes and realize I can go anywhere I want with the ball. And that is football, people. That is how you're supposed to do it. We saw Chase and T. Higgins get locked up together. Wide receiver duos are doing their thing. Justin Jefferson and Addison. Addison became a legit number 2 in Minnesota. Man, listen. Don't be I know y'all love to hate on us. I know y'all love to hate on us. I know y'all love to talk about what we doing and all of that. Don't worry about us, man. We made a move. Let us celebrate and relish in that. If it go bad, y'all gonna come out anyway. So I ain't worried about all that. My producers is, hitting me in the chat. A lot of people don't do this on their podcast, but we talk about, I'll let y'all know my guys are on here. So my producer Dan said, "Are y'all worried about at all about re-signing?" I've already answered that question. Nope. Are you worried about how the Steelers have known exactly when to move off of receiver? Now that's a great point. That is a great point. They've moved off some receivers that have been good and super productive for them. And I get it. They ain't moved off them to Dallas, though. Yes. Yes. We are prepared to handle these receivers, man. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. So let me tell you a little bit about George Pickens and stop celebrating. All right, here's one thing. Ryan Clark has his own record saying he's probably the most talented wide receiver in the league, and that has nothing to do with production or calling him the best. That's just talking about skill set, ability, size, speed, the ability to win at the top of routes. We saw Russell throw him deep balls, and he was able to make plays on them. So the talent is crazy, all right? The other thing that George Pickens has to do, and this is analysis, he got to mature. He got to grow up. And I think Dallas is betting on the right environment, the right culture, that he can come in and that can become a part of who he is. Because the dude is going to have a hell of a career. And speaking of the contract, I don't know if he's going to be able to re-sign in Dallas, but I know he's going to have a great opportunity to play at a very high level in Dallas. I just said he playing with Dak Prescott. Dak is going to be the best quarterback he's had in his entire career. So there's a lot of things that are in place structure-wise that are different for George Pickens in this situation. Again, man, I say this too. George is in a situation now with CD, who is still young. CD is a mature wide receiver. He understands the business part of it. He understands how to carry himself, the work that he puts in the summer. I think this is about iron trying to sharpen iron. And doing what real cultures do. Now we got to see. Obviously, all of these questions are TBD. But I think if he gets into this group and they can influence him to go about it the right way, we